You're at 35,000 feet. The seatbelt sign flicks on, and suddenly your chest feels tight. Your breathing goes shallow. Your heart is thumping, and you can feel it in your throat. Your brain is screaming one thing: I can't breathe. The cabin feels like it's closing in. Your hands are gripping the armrests, and somewhere in the back of your mind, you're wondering if this is it. If you're about to have a full panic attack at altitude, with nowhere to go and nothing you can do about it. Here's what you need to know. You are not out of control. You have a tool that works within 60 seconds, requires no equipment, and nobody will even notice you're using it. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to teach you exactly how to use it and why it works at the level of your nervous system.
If you've watched my previous videos in this series, you now understand the amygdala. You know why your body responds to flight the way it does. You know that turbulence is cobblestones. You know the sounds are routine mechanics. You have the knowledge. But knowledge alone does not always stop an anxiety response in progress. The amygdala operates faster than conscious thought. By the time your brain has retrieved the safety statistics, your heart is already racing and your hands are already sweating. You need something that works at the level of the body, not the mind. That tool is your breath, and the mechanism is your vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in the human body. It runs from your brainstem, down through your neck, through your chest, and into your abdomen. It is the primary conduit of the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that is the direct counterpart to fight or flight. Think of it as your body's brake pedal. When the vagus nerve activates, it does several things simultaneously. It slows your heart rate, it deepens and slows your breathing, it releases the chronic tension held in your shoulders, neck, and jaw, it unclenches your stomach, and, most importantly, it sends a signal directly to your amygdala that says, the threat has passed. The body is calming. The danger must be gone. Here is the extraordinary part. You can stimulate your vagus nerve deliberately. Right now, in your chair, you can do it. And you can do it on a plane at 35,000 feet within approximately 60 seconds, without any equipment and without anyone noticing. The mechanism is breathing. But not just any breathing. Specific patterns that maximize vagal stimulation. The 4-7-8 technique was developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, based on ancient pranayama practice. It works by deliberately manipulating the ratio of inhalation, breath hold, and exhalation in a way that maximizes vagal stimulation. The extended exhalation is the key. Breathing out for longer than you breathe in directly stimulates the vagus nerve and triggers the parasympathetic response. This is why a sigh feels calming. A sigh is a long exhalation. Long exhalations activate the vagus nerve. Here is exactly how to do it. Sit comfortably with your back relatively straight. Avoid slouching. It compresses the diaphragm and makes deep breathing harder. Place the tip of your tongue lightly against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth. Keep it there throughout. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a quiet whoosh sound. Empty your lungs fully. Close your mouth. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. This is the longest phase. If it feels too challenging, shorten all the counts proportionally. 2, 3.5, 4, but maintain the ratio. Exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8, making a whoosh sound. This is the most important phase. Make sure you fully empty your lungs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 1 cycle. Repeat for a minimum of 4 cycles. Practice daily, not only when anxious, to build the habit and deepen the response. Your body learns the pattern. The vagal response becomes stronger and faster.
Some people find the extended hold in 4-7-8 difficult to master quickly. There is an alternative. Box breathing, also known as tactical breathing, used by military and emergency services personnel in high-stress situations. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4, hold for 4, breathe out slowly through your mouth for 4, hold with empty lungs for 4. Repeat for 4 to 8 cycles. 4, 4, 4, 4. Same mechanism, same result. Choose whichever pattern feels more natural to you. What to say to yourself? I am controlling my breath. My body is calming. This will pass. Before your flight. At the airport, if you feel anxiety rising at the gate. During boarding, as you settle into your seat. During takeoff, as the engines spool up. At the first bump of turbulence. Do not wait for the anxiety to peak. Intervene early. During descent and landing. The more you practice, the more automatic the response becomes. Eventually, you may find that simply taking one long, slow exhalation is enough because your nervous system has learned the pattern. Occasionally, breathing alone may not immediately bring the anxiety to a manageable level. This is not failure. It simply means your nervous system is in a high state of activation and needs additional support. In those moments, use the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. Name 5 things you can see. The seat in front of you, the overhead bin, the window, the aisle, a jacket. Name 4 things you can touch. The armrest, the seatbelt, the fabric of your trousers. Name 3 things you can hear. The engine hum, the air conditioning, someone talking several rows ahead. Name 2 things you can smell. The cabin air, your clothing. Name 1 thing you can taste. Your last sip of water, the inside of your mouth. This exercise interrupts the anxiety loop by redirecting attention away from internal sensations, the racing heart, the shallow breath, and toward external, concrete, sensory information. What to say to yourself? I am here. I am safe. This is just my amygdala misfiring. The vagus nerve is your body's brake pedal. Your breath is the lever. You are not arguing with the fear. You are not trying to outthink the amygdala. You are intervening directly at the level of the body, using the one autonomic function you have conscious control over. This is not weakness. This is ancient neuroscience operating in a modern environment it was not designed for. The calibration error is not your fault, and the tools to correct it are already inside you. If this helped you see your breathing differently, the complete toolkit is in Cobblestones in the Sky. All 12 chapters covering the neuroscience, the physics, the breathing techniques, cognitive restructuring, and a full pre-flight protocol. Link in the description. This is how nervous flyers become confident flyers. I'll see you next week.